Oh hi, didn't see you there. Me? I'm just mining. Hey, but you should be careful. I heard that there's a super scary fella dwelling down here in this cave. In fact, I'm pretty sure I saw something earlier. What was that? Oh, that was it? Minecraft has always had some horror elements. I mean, Herobrine has existed as a concept for almost as long as the game itself. So of course, people are going to create mods that add more of a spooky vibe to the base game. The Weeping Angels mod, Slenderman mods, the multitude of Herobrine mods, the John mod. Do you guys remember the John mod? Oh, look at that, there's a new one. Horror mods are nothing new, but it's pretty obvious a trend has appeared recently that is getting a bit overdone. Of course, I'm talking about dweller mods. Big, tall, gangly mobs that have been essentially exclusively created for YouTubers to make a epic scary video to. They all look the same, they all pretty much act the same, and generally get boring after 5 minutes for the regular player. So to show off these mods and show why I think they fail at being scary, I decided to load up a bunch of them and try and complete a few objectives, exploring the mods as I encounter them and giving my thoughts along the way. Because beating the game is a bit of a boring challenge and probably would mean that I wouldn't encounter many spooky guys, I gave myself a pretty simple challenge. Build an epic house, with a bonus objective of getting a diamond helmet. I'd go for this if I still hadn't encountered all the ghoulies before completing the main objective. My plan was that I had to do this on a hardcore world, and that I couldn't sleep through the night. As you'll see, the first part might have gotten dropped pretty quickly. Before we get into that, this video is brought to you by Blokees. One of the best Transformers movies just came out, and Blokees is at the forefront of releasing high-end articulated figures of the cast of characters at an extremely reasonable price. The Galaxy version are these super neat little boxes, with each one having a chance of 1 of 9 figures, plus a 1 in 36 chance of having the rare metallic Optimus, which I didn't get sadly, but that's okay. Each figure comes in individual parts that you've got to snap together. It's super easy to do once you've done one, and they all fit together in the exact same way, bar a few slight differences between characters. Once completed, you've got a highly articulate rendition of some of the main cast from the movie, along with some fan favorites that show up as background characters like Ironhide, Hound, and Wheeljack. At the moment, this is the only way to get a figure version of these characters, and I'm glad it's Blokees that's done them because the quality is amazing. Each little figure is packed with a bunch of detail, and the plastic is that nice high quality kind that won't snap easily. Each figure will come with changeable hands, a weapon, and a base, and the base snap together so you can line them all up if you want. They're really charming, even if you're not a fan of Transformers. They still would make great desk toys to fiddle around with. But if you want something more premium, they've got the Classic Class line, which are larger, more complex kits that are packed to the brim with super accurate detail. The entire line has a cool metallic sheen and even have little LEDs inside to light up sections. I can't stress how awesome these are, and I'm so happy to be showing them off to you. If you're interested, you can check out their store linked below. I believe the Galaxy version is also being sold at Walmart, so you can grab them there too. Even if you're not interested in Transformers 1, they've got a bunch of G1 stuff, Bayverse stuff, Rise of the Beast figures, a huge spread that all look amazing. And at the moment, they're doing a Black Friday sale until the 3rd of December, so it's a perfect time to grab some. Thanks again, Blokees. Now let's get into it. I'm thinking my attack plan is I'm just going to get some sort of basic tools going and just head straight into the mines to get some armor or something like that before I start building my epic house. And we'll see how long it takes for something freaking scary to start appearing around me. So let's start digging in. Hey, look, a perfect hole.
Better start running.
Wow. And that didn't take long at all. I was unsure if I should talk about this guy this early, not because he's super awesome and epic and needs a better introduction, but because while you can hear him, and trust me, you'll hear him a lot, I don't actually properly see him until much later. But I ultimately decided to introduce him now because I want you to see just how annoying this guy is. This is the Cartoon Dweller, a mod loosely based on the very good art of Trevor Henderson, an extremely skilled horror artist who routinely gets his concepts turned into a multitude of different slop. If you're familiar with his work, let's just say you'll be seeing another creation of his a bit later on. Now, I'll give a slight benefit of the doubt with this mod because I'm 99% certain it's broken for me, but I also want to kind of blame the mod creator for letting me download a version of this mod that doesn't work properly. Let's take a gander at how this guy's meant to work. As far as I'm aware, because none of these mods give you an actual description on what they're meant to do, he'll spawn in during the night and stalk the player, playing a bunch of different, totally spooky audio clips until you get close enough or something happens and he starts to attack you and stuff, be all scary. Now, that didn't happen to me at all. I think that's because the current version I'm running, I'm on 1.20.1 for reference, is broken in some way. I think there was some dispute with the code used for older versions of this mod being stolen or something, meaning things had to be changed and it doesn't work how it should. Now that's all well and good, but in my opinion you should just take the mod down completely until you've got something that's actually worth using, because the state it's currently in, this might as well be an annoy you as fast as possible mod and not a dweller mod. So, what would happen for me is that randomly after starting a new world, he would begin playing one of his epic sound bites at a volume so high it caused my ears to ring, and that would be it. I rarely saw the dweller. Periodically his audio would just play. Nothing that I could decipher would trigger it. In the middle of gameplay, my ears would just get bombarded. And by the way, when I say one soundbite, I quite literally mean just one, the same sound, over and over again. And sometimes, the audio would just stack. Halfway through playing, another copy of the audio would start up. Sometimes, multiple of the same sound would be playing at once. I seriously cannot stress how annoying this mod was to play with. You'll just have to see. And truth be told, even if this mod was working as intended, I think the implementation just doesn't lend itself to how Minecraft is. The fact that the scary dweller guy is talking to me directly with an omnipotent voice just doesn't fit the vibe of Minecraft at all. The design doesn't fit Minecraft either. It has that weird issue that some mods have, where they use too many polygons, have too much detail, so they end up standing out in a way that is distracting. Also, the mods have these cartoon animations that I get are meant to lean into it being the cartoon dweller, but it just causes the guy to be funny looking. Seeing this silly guy flail around in the distance as he runs just made me giggle, and his attack animation is so comical I don't know how anyone could find it scary. The original design by Trevor works due to his specific art direction and the surrounding environment. The cartoon dweller isn't inherently scary on design alone, it's the implication of its existence and the way he presents the character that makes it scary. Trevor is pretty particular with his designs. There's a reason they look like found footage / older photos. It's because the lack of detail makes your brain fill in the gaps, creating a more horrific visage. For a lot of horror, the actual fear doesn't come from the creature, but the implication that the creature is there or the hidden elements of the design. The xenomorph from Alien looks the most imposing when hidden in darkness. If you put the xenomorph in the middle of a field on a bright sunny day, it wouldn't carry the same weight it does when on board a dark, narrow ship in the middle of space. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a little tangent about horror, but I think it's important when looking at the flaws these mods have. And also gives you a bit of insight on how I think they should be handled in the context of Minecraft. I'll talk about it now to get the point out of the way, but Minecraft already kind of has a horror aspect to it. You can see it from all the liminal-esque pictures that come out from the game. Herobrine himself leans into that concept. Herobrine's design isn't scary, it's just Steve with white eyes. What's scary about him is the idea of another player in a world that's meant to be wholly your own. The potential horror that comes from Herobrine, and Minecraft in general, is the feeling of not truly being alone when you should be, which is something none of these mods lean into. Which I understand, that's a vague concept and is hard to implement, but it sadly means we end up with a multitude of horror mods quickly made to capitalize on an easy fad, instead of something that could truly be scary and actually fun to play with. These mods, as you'll come to see, aren't made to be actually used. They're made to muck around with for 5 minutes and then uninstall, or make a derivative YouTube video where you pretend to be super heckin' scared for 20 minutes. There's more I want to say, but we'll cover that as we look at more of these spooky fellas. I really think this mod doesn't work for Minecraft, but if I were to adjust it to make it a bit better, I would first of all change how it activates. Make it so that the player actually has to look at the cat for it to start playing any audio, make the audio actually come from the mob so that it fits in with the world and doesn't seem like a random audio clip just spamming my ear. Turn down the audio and adjust it to be more subtle, make it potentially echo in some way, and turn the static down so it's not so abrupt when it stops. I would definitely adjust the animations. You can still have it move in a cartoony way without it being outright silly looking. I would suggest, instead of having him flail around while he runs, have him move in an unnerving, irregular way. Have the limbs stretch out as he walks in irregular patterns, make the walk cycle slower and more imposing, just overall make him more unnatural so the player takes him more seriously. This is really cool to listen to, I think. Is he like here? Is that the implication? I did just load in, like surely there's not a spooky scary guy right here already, because that would kind of suck. Oh, that hurts my ears. I'm going to assume he's not here because I don't see him anywhere. Well, that was really cool and epic, and definitely very scary. I am quite spooked after hearing the cool music. Oh, something's here. There's a little guy whispering. Oh. Is he already gonna kill me? I just started. Oh, come on, bro. Right at the start? Can I do anything? Can I do anything about that? Is there anything I can do? Oh, silly me from the past. Of course there isn't anything you could have done. Why on earth would you expect the Scary Dweller mod to be balanced in any capacity? Less than 5 minutes into a new world and I've already run into 2 scary critters. Lucky me. This is the Man from the Fog. But if you're familiar with these kind of mods, you probably already knew that. He's one of the more popular ones, after all. And respect where it's due, he's definitely one of the better made mods I've got here. There's been a decent amount of effort put into him. So, the Man from the Fog will spawn in periodically during the night, announcing his presence with a whistle. The more you ignore him, the closer and closer he spawns to the player. When the player eventually looks at him, he'll either vanish for the night or start pursuing the player, which is what just happened to me. If getting pursued by the man, your best bet is to try to desperately run away. He's fast, causes blindness so you can't see well, can climb up and around surfaces, breaks through blocks, and fits through any gap, making running away quite difficult. You can try and fight him, but he's got a crazy amount of health and deals a lot of damage, so you'll want to have some high-end gear if you want to hope to deal with him that way. The idea behind the mod is that he's meant to stalk the player. This is going to be a common theme with these mods, putting them on edge as he eerily watches from a distance, eventually snapping and hunting the player down. This in concept is decently cool, but the execution is lacking. Firstly, I don't think I have to point out how overplayed the whole aesthetic of this mod is. If you're watching this video, you probably are in the camp that big, tall, skinny mobs with epic pointy teeth aren't really scary. I will say this mod was one of the first Dweller type mods to lean into that aesthetic, so it kind of gets a pass. Second of all, as you probably noticed, I said that he's meant to appear during the night, but I just died in the middle of the very first day. I'm not sure if this is a bug or intentional, but regardless, it's annoying. The big issue though, as you'll come to see, is that he never actually stalks me. Nearly every time I start a new world, he'll spawn in and insta-kill me. Eventually, I turn off hardcore because this mod legit makes it impossible to do anything without already having a setup. He doesn't have a weakness, you can't outplay him, he's designed specifically to kill you. Sure, you can technically kill him, but that's only after you've grinded for the best gear in the game essentially, which, if you start a new world with this mod installed, eventually you'll be so used to dying to him, the idea of grinding for good gear to finally kill him seems completely pointless. He does have elements that make him scary. The fact that he can break through blocks to get to you did spook me the first time he did it, but after dying to him 3 or so times, any novelty wears off and all you end up with is a nuisance that makes you temporarily stop playing the game while he kills you. I get with horror mods, you want to make them powerful. You want to make them dangerous so that they pose an actual threat to experienced players. But there's a good way and a bad way of doing that. Look no further to Mojang's own attempt at somewhat of a horror mob, the Warden, for a good example. Just like the Man from the Fog, or any of these Dweller type mods you'll see, he has a lot of health and deals a lot of damage. He also applies the blindness effect to you, like a lot of these mods do, to add to that fear factor. However, Mojang, being an actual game development company, somewhat understands how to balance things. For one, he's not an omnipotent presence in the world. He'll only naturally spawn in the deep dark. This is great because if he worked like most of the Dweller mods do and had a random chance of spawning all the time, he'd be almost just as annoying as they are. It also adds an element of surprise for the player. It's easy while mining to accidentally stumble upon the deep dark and activate the guy. You can also actually outplay him. He's designed around you doing that. Crouching around, making as little noise as possible, using wool to dampen your footsteps. All of these methods both increase the tension, as a single mistake could cause you to take massive damage, and also provide a way for the player to escape the encounter. So we've got two factors that not only help balance him to make the encounter enjoyable, but also increase the fear factor the mob can cause. You don't have to encounter the warden, you can avoid the deep dark completely, meaning he doesn't intrude on the base gameplay. And if you do risk the encounter, you have a method of coming out on top that involves actual skill and thought. The point I'm trying to make here is that scary designs and spooky sounds can only get you so far. The warden is so good because Mojang had a clear vision that tried to fit into the gameplay experience. They wanted to make something scary and imposing for experienced players without being obnoxious or considered overpowered. The current wave of horror mods are too focused on easy scares and being an unbeatable presence. This is fine for a few minutes and can even be scary during the initial encounters, but it gets boring fast. You can tell the developer of this mod at least wants his addition to be as overpowered as possible, because I've found instances where people have posted ways to counter the mob that once the developer catches wind of, they immediately start to code out. Because there's no point in criticizing things without making it constructive, here's how I think the mod should be adjusted. Firstly, have some kind of trigger that spawns him in, be that a structure the player has to find, an item the player has to craft, anything that will initially spawn him in. This allows people to start a new world and actually get comfortable and prepared before they face the challenge. Or, if you really want him to be an immediate threat, allow him to spawn in from the start, but make the first 5 or so encounters only him stalking the player with no chance of him becoming aggressive. This will actually build tension and also allow the player to, again, prepare for the eventual encounter. Next up, come up with a way for the player to combat him, or at least avoid him in some way. In order to actually be fun to play with, he has to have some kind of weakness or counterplay so that you don't just die to him the second he aggroes on you. What that would look like is hard to say. Maybe if you stay perfectly still, he'll stop attacking you, kind of like a T-Rex from Jurassic Park, and after a while, he'll leave. Anything would be good really, because like I said before, all people end up doing with this mod is trying to figure out a way to cheese the encounter or just die and respawn. Which, if that's how players are coping with your horror mod, I feel like you're failing. New world, new me. Oh my god. This guy, this is gonna happen every time. Oh my ears. Why is it playing twice? Okay, let's just get cobblestone. Let's get cobblestone. Does he just do that every single time you start a new world? Like right at the very start? Does that happen? Oh my god. Bro, you already did this. Oh my god, he's doing it again. I can't even see him. Oh, it's so loud. Oh, why is it stacking? Stop. Stop. This is hell. Oh my god, is he here? Or should I just go and hide in one anyway, because old mate. Oh my god, are you here? Are you? Oh, it's a skeleton. Oh my god. There's too much going on right now. I initially wanted to actually explore caves. Oh, great. I think that's the guy from before. That just, insta-killed me, so I should be good in my little tunnel. Oh my... What? God, that's not fair. I mean, yeah, you know, if you do that, I'm gonna be scared, alright? If you break through the wall, I'm gonna be scared. How did he even do that? I had it blocked off. It's not even that those guys have been, like, scary. They've just been annoying. So far, one guy has just been... Why am I up in a tree? So far, one guy has just been destroying my ears continuously every single time I start a new world, and which is, you know, fine. And the other guy just appears, and I seemingly can't do anything. I can't hide. I can't pillar up. Am I just meant to fight him? I just started. Hold on, I realize this is like an epic horror video, so I should react like I just... Oh!
Guys, I think I just heard something. Huh? Oh, what the? I think something's following me. Huh? Guys, I don't know if I can survive this. This is really scary.
Oh my god. Bro. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Again, always at the same time, too. I think I'm good. I don't think he's gonna come out. I didn't get why he spawned so quickly. Like, if it was nighttime, I would totally get it, but at least, you know, give me a chance. Oh my god. I haven't even seen this guy yet. Is that him? That's gotta be him, right? I'm pretty sure that's him. Is he gonna try and come and kill me? He's just gonna... I wanna kill him. I wanna kill him, actually. I didn't end up killing him. I just walked away and kept exploring around because it wasn't worth the hassle. And at this point, I didn't really run into any other scary guys for a while. I mainly kept hearing the cartoon dweller, and that was really it. I did see this guy. So let's... Who's that guy? Okay. he was stuck on the water. But that was it. I did eventually turn off the shaders I had on, mainly because it was impossible to see at night and inside caves. Honestly, I was surprised at how smooth everything was going for a while. I didn't even get insta-killed by the man from the fog. It seemed like I would actually make progress towards my objectives. But like all good things, it won't last forever. Let's just say my long stint of not running into any of the mods I added would come to a close. A lot of horses. Is there a cave anywhere? Is that a cave? I mainly want to be in a cave too because I know mobs are going to be spawning. And they're actually what I'm scared of. Not even the horror mods. It's this regular mobs like creepers and... Oh, I do need skeletons. Oh my god, that actually scared the hell out of me. Ah, it worked! Ah, I knew it! He's so lanky, I can't hit him. Oh, who are you? What is that epic troll face? That's it, I'm not going for crits anymore. How much health do you... How do I get... Can you stop? How much health do you have? Hold on. Yeah, go away, dude. Oh my god. I just want to kill him. 10 seconds? I'm trying to... To what? I'm trying to kill this guy. Oh my god, have I got to make another boat? Hold on. Oh my god. Who are you? Oh. Oh. Are you... Did you... did you spawn in the... I'm just gonna... What? There's too much going on. There's like 3 guys here. God. Oh my god. Oh, go, bro. Go away. Oh no. They're both in there. And I can't hit this guy. He's blocking. He's actually blocking the other guy. Alright, let's pause. A lot just happened all at once. Let's go through these guys one after the other. First of all, we had the Rake. The Rake will only spawn in during the night. When he does, he'll stalk the player, slowly crouch around to try not to make any noise. Once the player finally notices the Rake's presence, he'll spring into action, applying a few status effects and chasing after the player until he's able to kill them. As you saw, he does an epic scary scream and, like a lot of these mods for some reason, starts playing super scary music that is definitely spine-chilling and not annoying. The Rake has a few positives. He stalks the player in an actual engaging way. He doesn't just appear and kind of stare at the player from a distance, he'll actually follow you around. And he only appears at night, which means you can completely ignore the encounter if you just sleep. Him only appearing at night almost feels like a punishment for not sleeping, which I think would help this mod a lot if they leaned into that more. Because at the moment, he plays like just about every mod I've got installed. Lanky, loud, overpowered, spam status effects, spams music. If any of the creators of these mods see this video, Please make the main takeaway remove the annoying music you play, if anything. Just that alone would make these mods at least 20% more enjoyable. I'll also say, this mod is supposed to have a blood hour mode that happens when he gets to low enough health, but as you could see, I'm not even sure if that's possible to make happen without really good gear. I spent the whole night hitting this guy, and he seemingly didn't get close to this supposed mode. My advice for this mod is lean into him being a punishment for not sleeping. Maybe make him not attack the player the first 2 nights or something, but make his presence known, and then if the player continues to not sleep, he can come in and do his epic jump scare. Alrighty, next up, the troll face guy. This is part of the Scopophobia mod. Now, to be fair with this one, this is apparently a beta, and the developer has seemingly dropped the original version of this and is now working on a new version called Scopophobia Reimagined. So that's why this one is a little buggy. And surprisingly, this mod has a lot to it. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think I can properly explain everything this mod is meant to be doing because the creator is pretty vague on the mod page, so I do apologize if I'm incorrect here. But from what I can tell, there's 3 main mobs this mod adds: the Weeping Soul, the tallest one, and Craig, the main guy. Our first encounter here is the Weeping Soul, who in my opinion is also the dumbest. He doesn't have any animations, no sounds, which to be honest, with the amount of spam my ears have taken, it's a blessing. He doesn't even really jump scare you in any way. He'll just spawn in and very quickly slide towards you with his silly arm outstretched. If you get close enough, he'll do a bunch of damage, probably killing you in most instances. You can't attack him or fight him, you just have to wait for him to eventually disappear. The next guy I ran into, who sadly killed himself by spawning inside a wall, was also from the same mod. This was the tallest one. I feel like I should actually explain what this mod is trying to do before I go into detail about this guy specifically, mainly because he has more to him than the Weeping Soul that actually ties into the mod's theme. The concept behind the mod is that you're meant to feel like you're being watched, and the AI of the mobs are meant to invoke that feeling. The main addition, Craig, which we haven't seen yet, will spawn in the distance and look at you without actually doing anything directly. You'll randomly get the paranoia effect to scare you into thinking you're being watched when you might not be, and you'll see text come up on your screen or in the chat, sometimes talking to you. All of these are cool ideas, and when it comes to being stalked by a scary mob, this one in particular does do a decent job. So, like Craig, I'm guessing the tallest one is supposed to spawn in the distance and watch the player, eventually triggering in some way and attacking them or something. I'm not really sure though, because this one interaction was the only time I encountered the mob. He never spawned in again, I never had this event happen again, I don't even know what I did to make this happen. I did play around with him in creative, and if you get close enough, you do get a very spammy status effect and he'll kill you obviously, but that's it. Because I didn't get to experience this guy too much, I don't have much to say about him. I do like his design though compared to the rest of the mods we've seen so far. The static-esque pattern he's got going on is cool. I'll say, make sure your scary mobs can't spawn inside walls if you're going to make them appear near the player, because any fear factor they could have disappears when you see them slowly die to suffocation. Because I didn't see him yet, I won't cover Craig. Don't worry though, he'll rock up soon enough. Oh man, I didn't even bring up the fact that I could completely immobilize these guys with a boat. Okay, yeah, this isn't really a critique, you can do this with a lot of mobs, but the fact that I can do it to a lot of these guys is really funny to me. There's a few where it doesn't work, but most of the guys I've got added become harmless if they run into a boat. I will say, without this trick, I'd be dying a lot more and become frustrated faster than I already did. Trust me, after dying to these guys a couple of times, my patience for them got very thin. It just loops into my critique of these guys needing a weakness or counter of some kind. I shouldn't have to use a gimmick to immobilize them so I can actually play the game. Oh, he's back again. Oh. He's gone. Are you gonna go into the boat again? I kinda don't like that hand. Ah, gotcha. Hey, my torch. You take it? There you go, you can have it, bro. I'm just gonna move around the epic freaking troll face, the epic Sigma. Oh, he's gone. Well, oh my god. Oh my god, who are you? You can get in the boat too. Oh, he's gone. Okay, well, I mean, he almost killed me too. Can I leave? Can I stop hearing this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you just... Is this you? Are you gonna do anything? You've been causing a you've been causing a ruckus this entire time. This whole time I've been playing, you've been bombarding my ears, and that's all you're gonna do. That is all he's gonna do. In fact, that is the most he ever does. But let's not talk about that guy. Let's talk about the spooky spectre that almost killed us earlier. This guy. This is the Midnight Lurker. He'll spawn in during the night, watch the player from a distance, and once noticed, either disappear or get aggressive. Hold on a minute. This sounds like every other guy. It's true, the Midnight Lurker is like the rest of them. Sadly, he appeared when he did, so I don't have anything to really say, because everything I've said about any of the other guys can be applied to this guy. He does have a few unique things going on about him. He at least doesn't have the tall, lanky body type the rest of them have, and he doesn't spam music when you see him. He just chases after you when he decides to be aggressive. Still screams at you, but at least it doesn't break my eardrums. Plus, he's not stupidly overpowered, so you do actually have a chance against him, which is a bonus. He can also hide as a villager, pig, or cow, which is actually a cool concept. Probably the highlight of this mod, if I'm being honest. Besides that though, just another guy who does what they all do. Sorry if it seems like I'm being harsh, but what can I really say that I haven't already? Oh wait, I forgot. He can do something extra, which is cool. He'll sometimes give you the insanity effect, which was surprising when it first happened. Though I didn't link it to this mod specifically, because it would just happen to me randomly, and nothing else would happen afterwards. It still looks neato, so gotta give it that. At this point, I was feeling pretty confident. This was the longest run I'd had so far. I was avoiding the man from the fog, seemingly, and was able to survive the night against multiple enemies. I was gearing up well, everything was going my way. The challenge I had set for myself truly seemed in reach. I chose to end my session for the day, motivated to knock out my goals the next day. I'm sure you can guess what happens. Alrighty, so, it's a new day, it's tomorrow, and I decided that I'm not going to worry about... Who are you? What? I just got here. What are you doing? Are you cool? It's not really very scary. It's not even making any epic noises. I'm gonna try, this might actually, oh. He didn't get boated. I think I might be dead here. Wow. What am I, I just, wow. Wow. Oh, cool. Wasn't that awesome? That was Craig, our final addition from the Scopophobia mod. He'll do a few different things when he spawns. Sometimes he'll just watch you from a distance, and sometimes he'll spawn in aggressive, where he has his hand outstretched and starts slowly hovering towards you, getting faster if you get close enough, as you just saw. I'm sure I can do a few different things, not including the other stuff we've already talked about previously, but this was all I could get out of him specifically. As you could tell, he isn't that scary. The design is just comical at this point. He looks exactly how you think a modern horror mod would look. The sliding towards you with hand outstretched isn't scary and it's just silly looking in my opinion. He was the first encounter to beat my epic boat trick, which is a plus, but then also a negative because how on earth am I not meant to die here? I suppose I could have pillared up, but that's lame. I thought I'd have more to say about this mod, but I've come to the point where they all act so similar, there isn't anything more to add. I'll let this mod slide because it's a beta and there's a new version that could potentially be a lot better, so it's got that going for it. It's just so frustrating to die like this. You can tell that these mods are made for a single hardcore playthrough, or just to be chucked into your existing world to get spooked by for a day or so and then uninstall. No thought on balancing into the game or being enjoyable beyond the first encounter. This death was definitely where my frustration started to set in. To get such a good start only to lose it as soon as I load in for the day annoyed me more than I let on. I mean, I guess that's jokes on me for, what did this spawn? Yeah, jokes on me, I suppose, for thinking I could just cheat the system and just boat every single guy I run into. I honestly probably should have just ran away from that guy, and I might have survived, but oh well. I'm surprised he's actually been given AI to avoid boats, or maybe he just got lucky. I was gonna say, it doesn't really matter about getting good gear, because I can just put them in boats. Oh my god, this is the run actually, so that's alright. We're not gonna worry about getting some good starter gear. We will eventually, don't you worry, we will. This is the saddest village in the world. 2 houses and a bunch of, oh, there's more stuff up there. Okay, well, that makes it a bit better. House ahoy. Whoa, Peter, it's 7 AM and you've already got your pants on. What's the occasion? Whoa, Peter, it's 7 AM. You got a cool villager. Got no crops? This is just sad. Oh, they don't like me. Okay. You guys don't have anything. Okay, bread will be useful, and so will all this wheat. I'm taking your crops, and this too. Okay, well, oh my god. Oh, there's 2 of him. Yeah. Oh my god, bro. Don't tell me. I was just saying I was feeling hopeful. Is he somewhere down there? I can't even see him. You guys don't realize the danger you're in. Oh my god. He's this close. He's this close to getting removed. If he's gonna just keep doing this. Oh, who are you? What? Help me! Help me, Golem! Did you get him? Did you kill him? He sucks. You did kill him, I think. And like, is he even meant to be? Is he meant to be here when this is playing? I feel like he's meant to be visible when that's happening, but he just hasn't been. Oh, I'm not going to. You've done nothing to warrant me to want to run away. Oh, there's another village over there. Well, this is a nice little cave. Let's, let's explore this. Oh, it's this guy. It's the troll face. I don't think he does anything besides, do I have to be looking at you? I don't like his big hand. Get in there. Get in the boat. Get in boat, please. Are you the guy that killed me before? If I look away, you're gonna be gone now. Oh. I'm assuming I can't actually look at that guy. Otherwise, he'll put his hand out and kill me again immediately. Is that the... Where's the rake? I put you in the boat before, buddy. I'll do it again. Just hanging out with the villagers. He's disappeared now. Well, no. Oh. Is that him despawning? I'm glad I heard that. I guess if I didn't know who it was, that would be a little scary, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like, I get what they're trying to do, but I just... Maybe if you had the right collection of mods... A totally real cat? Is that him? Is that the cartoon cat actually doing something different? Hello? Well, that's cool. Something different. Things are happening. Again, I don't know. The right collection of mods. This could be scary, but how it is right now, let's just say I'm not very impressed. Is that Siren Head? Should I go and try and see him? Unless he's spawned in the cave. Then, if he's up. Oh my god. Something cool was happening, and now this has ruined it. Why does this happen during the day? Oh, well, never mind. Cool. Yeah, awesome. Hello. They said hello back, guys. Oh. Something's here. Something totally just spawned in. Oh. It's you. I don't like you. You're annoying. You're annoying me. Oh my god. What's the strategy? Do I just run? Help me, Iron Golem. Oh my god, he totally can just break he totally can just break blocks. Is there a trick to not dying to him immediately? This death was the final nail in the coffin for hardcore mode. Hate me all you want, but I realized after dying to the man from the fog again, with no way to do anything about it, I would never be able to actually accomplish my goal, and would perpetually die early on. And trust me when I say this was a good move. The amount of times I die after this is staggering. This video would not have been completed if I kept trying to do it on hardcore. And look, if you really want me to do this on hardcore, I can just... Look, see? Now it's like every other hardcore survival video. Just as legit too. Don't worry, there's still some element of a challenge here. I'm still not sleeping because I do want to run into the spooky guys, especially the ones I've missed. So, with my final world locked and loaded, let's see how I do. Alright, this is it. This is the run. As you can see, I may have given up on it being hardcore because I did some research and I realized that it's kind of impossible to do anything with some of these mods on. And I was going to delete them, I was going to get rid of them, but I got to keep them all. I got to keep them all there for the experience. Oh, cool. Pants. I'm so glad that this is playing in my ears right now. Oh, hey, look. It's Siren Head. Does he stop moving when I look at him? No. Oh, that's so cool. Let's go look at him. You know what? Let's go see what he does. Let's put all our stuff in a chest. This is what's great about not dying, is I can do this. We'll keep our gold pants. So I wonder if he will come to me. Is he coming to me, or is he just making a racket over there? I kind of want to see what he does if I get close to him. So far, that is cool that he's like, out there. He's not just like teleporting to me. You know what I mean? He's just kind of there. Just real quick, we'll talk about Siren Head in a bit, don't worry. I need you to experience what's about to happen first. I kind of want to... Does he see me from all the way over there? Oh. Yeah, hi. I'm sort of sick of you. I'm sick of you, like, hanging around. This guy can kill me, can't he? Oh. Wow. Well, I'm gonna run past him. I did gaff about you. At least he doesn't scream at me, you know? Oh my god. Get back off, buddy. Oh, that's right. I can't kill this guy. Is he stuck on the leaves? Or is he... Oh my god. It's just like... It's just all it is, isn't it? You just scream in my ears. That hurt. Is he still here? Or did he disappear because he killed me? That really hurt my ears. Like... like a lot. Oh no, he's still down here. I see you, bro. Oh my god, every time! Oh. Oh. You just teleported behind me and killed me. Okay, so he's just gonna stay there. I see you, I'm looking at him. And can you? Hold on. Oh my god, did he break my chest? That's so lame. Stop it. Stop it. My items are gonna despawn. Okay. Stop. 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 Ow, bro. Ow. 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 Stop. Stop jump scaring me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you just keep doing, stop, what? This is horrible. This sucks. Oh my god. Okay. There we go. God, me. As you can see, if I was playing on hardcore, I wouldn't have gotten very far. Now maybe it was silly of me to not make a little house to hide out in, but I thought if I was going to die to one of these guys, they would despawn or something, not just continuously spawn camp me. And let's just say, even if I did have a small house, it wouldn't matter regardless. They can break blocks and, spoiler alert, I really learned that the hard way later on. I continuously died all throughout the night and then during the day, because for whatever reason, the stupid troll face just wouldn't despawn. This was definitely a tipping point. I really wanted to just throw in the towel on my silly little challenge because once the fear of death is removed, these mods add nothing at all. Just an extremely obnoxious hindrance with, I'll stress again, no way of countering. After this, the next time night came around, I just pillared up and watched from above, as I didn't have it in me to be endlessly spawn camped again. And yeah, at this point, I probably could have just been sleeping, seeing as I'm not interacting with anything up in the sky, but I knew that I still had mods left to see that would only appear at night, so I had to default to the safest non-sleeping option in order to experience everything. This was how the next few nights would go. I'd build as much of my house as I could until night, pillar up and look around hoping to see something new. And I know that a part of my issue is that I have so many mods installed at once. I'm sure if I was only using one at a time, my experiences wouldn't be as obnoxious, but I still feel like my general complaints would apply, just not as often. Instead of getting spawn camped by something every night, I would only get spawn camped by something once every few nights. Anyway, let's keep going.
Follow you where? Oh, it's him. Should we do it?
Let's do it. Huh. Hold on, I'm coming. Oh, I don't like you. I'm interested in this guy. Oh, you gave me health. That wasn't edited, by the way. I had just run out of jump scare reactions. I didn't even acknowledge that I died after this. I just kept playing. That first guy was the knocker. I actually had run into him previously, but it was so uneventful I didn't want to talk about it. We'll cover him in a sec because I want to talk about our second guy, Valem, who is from the Beware the Rain mod. Just like Scopophobia, this mod adds a handful of different entities to encounter. Valem is described as a mob who will stalk you and try to get close. I know, a very original description. The feature I do appreciate about this guy is that he'll talk to you like you saw, kinda beckon at you to come close. I guess in an attempt at being friendly, hoping to bait you into an encounter. Now, while I think this is cool, I don't know who is willingly getting close to this guy. After I experienced the jump scare, I just didn't get close to him when he spawned and nothing happened. I think the idea of tempting people to approach is solid. Leaning into that would improve this guy a lot. What that would look like, I'm unsure. Besides that though, the jump scare was so completely underwhelming because it was just so expected. I knew as soon as he blinded me, he was going to scream in my face and kill me, so any potential fear I could have felt went out the window. Again, maybe if I stuck to hardcore, this would have been scarier. Maybe if it was my first encounter, I would have freaked out more. But once you've been jump scared by one of these guys, you've been jump scared by them all. Let's move on to the other fellow we saw, the Knocker, another mod made by the guys who made Man from the Fog. Unlike the Man from the Fog, the Knocker has more subtlety, which is sorely needed with these mods, and isn't trying too hard comparatively when it comes to the design. I'll take what I can get. The Knocker will, you guessed it, knock on your doors and stuff. Sometimes he'll open them. He'll also watch you from a distance, you know, stalk the player, and sometimes he'll become, get this, aggressive, and, you won't believe it, kill the player. Truly revolutionary. I am being a bit obtuse. I do like how this guy works more than the others. He's got a cool gimmick and doesn't scream at you, which is a plus, and you can combat him somewhat. He won't one-shot you, he attacks you more like a standard mob. He'll still jump scare you, but not in the same way the others do, which I appreciate. His jump scares don't equal immediate death. That's all I've got to say about him. I didn't see him often, and when I did, he just looked at me from a distance like the rest, so I kinda just ignored him for the most part. Now get ready, because I'm continuing immediately after I died to Valem.
Better start running.
Oh, Siren Head is still here. Ah! Ah! Ow! 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 Is he underground still? Oh, my ears. And the stupid, stupid cat guy's music is still playing. Did he fall into here? He did. Finally, Siren Head. Another cool design by Trevor Henderson turned into slop. What a shame. Siren Head as a concept doesn't make sense in Minecraft, of course. The whole design was based around him blending in with electrical towers and, you know, siren pole thingos. The horror aspect of the design came from this strange being taking on the form of man-made structures to draw people close without them realizing. What he would do to them is what made it scary, because you didn't actually know. Your brain would just fill in the gaps. Obviously, if you're going to add him to a game, he has to do something, and I shouldn't be surprised that he spams me with loud music and insta-kills me, but I was, and not because I was scared, but because I was disappointed. I genuinely was excited to see what he would do. Even without the original context of the artwork, just seeing Siren Head off in the distance was so imposing, and I didn't even mind the generic radio chatter he was spouting. I kinda liked it. I thought, surely the giant talking monster isn't going to start aggressively chasing me down. Surely he'll do something unique and special. But no, he does what they all do, arguably more annoying because his footsteps destroy land as he walks, so if you're not careful, he can decimate your builds. I feel like the mod creator had the idea to make him because, of course, it's Siren Head. You gotta make a horror mod about it. But when it came to implementing it, they just looked at every other horror mod there is and went, welp, guess that'll do. The screen shake is cool though, I'll give it that. Onto the objective, part of my build required mangrove planks, so I had to make the trek around my world until I was able to find one. This was good because it gave me more opportunities to encounter some of the creatures I hadn't seen yet. Wow, another scary mob that can't get to me because I'm on the water. Oh. Which one is making the spooky sound? Is it you or is it you? Wow, you're so scary when you look at me from a distance. Oh. 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 Oh no. Oh. What? What mod? What one is this? Is it because I've been out on sea for too long? That was probably the coolest one so far. Oh, man. Well, it was a good idea to stay in the boat. Oh, who are you? What is that guy? He's stuck. He is running on water. Who is this guy? You know what would be cool? Is if this guy wasn't actually stuck. You know what I mean? Wow, that's really scary of you to be running at me like that though. If there should be, here's my pitch, there should be a scary guy that you think is broken, and then he starts running at you. You gotta subvert those expectations. If I thought he was glitched out, and I went close to him, and then he just all of a sudden started moving again, that would be awesome. Oh, what are these? What mod have I installed that has made these little guys? What are these guys? Oh, what? Oh, they're everywhere. What are you from? Why have I not seen you yet? What are these little crab little skulls? Oh my god, they're everywhere. Both of these guys are from the Beware the Rain mod, and both sadly glitched out because I wasn't on land. The first mob we ran into that was stuck endlessly running in the water was Rosemary, described as an armless demon that will chase you if you get too close. Assuming she was able to actually get to me, she would, get this, jump scare me with a loud scream and insta-kill me. Revolutionary. The little skull guys I saw were skull spiders. These guys are meant to be more of a distraction when you're getting attacked by the other mobs the game adds. They don't do too much damage and can be evaded, but they serve their purpose well enough. I actually enjoy the concept of these guys the most. I think adding a weaker mob to your horror mod to work as a distraction from the main guys is a good way to add tension. Shame they bugged out in the water. As the name of the mod suggests, these guys can only spawn in the rain, which is why I hadn't seen them before, and I don't really see them again either. I appreciate the creator at least having some creativity with the designs. They're a bit much IMO, but I prefer the direction of these mobs over the generic white dot eyes and spiky teeth. There's one more mob in the mod that I haven't encountered, and truth be told, I never did. I don't know why, maybe it's because I had too many mods installed, but I was able to encounter everything else, so I don't know what happened. The last guy from the mod was Vapor, a floating demon guy who, oh man, get ready, you are gonna be shocked, will chase you down and jump scare you, insta-killing you in the process. Not only does he do that, he also gives you status effects like blindness. I know, I've never been more surprised in my life. Like the rest of the mobs, the model is kinda cool, unique in its own way, which I can appreciate, but a cool model can only get so far when the scary factor is the same as every other mod that exists. I did eventually get the mangrove logs. It took me a while and not anything eventful happened. Well, except for this. I wanted a sapling, but I should be good. Wow, alright, time to make the trek home. Oh, this is gonna take me an equal amount of that was the scariest thing that's happened to me the whole time. That was horrible. After that, I just kept building my house. I figured out a routine that worked wonders most of the time. I'd use the daylight to put together what I could, then once night would come, I'd hop into a boat and just wait out in the ocean. I realized none of the enemies could come get to me out there, and even if they did, I could just outswim them. The biggest annoyance, Man from the Fog, would slow down quite a bit in water, so paddling around for a little would eventually lead him to despawning, so my largest threat was made null. Things were all well and good until I almost finished my house. I finally felt safe enough to actually spend a night inside instead of out by the sea. It's turning nighttime already. God, I hope staying at my house isn't going to be a bad idea. I'm doing this because I want to be... me. Oh my god, no! Get away. Stop breaking things. That's just so annoying. Whatever. I don't want to deal with that. If my house gets destroyed, I'm gonna be so angry. Please don't be breaking my house. Please don't be breaking my house. Oh, what is that? Breaking my house. Oh no. Like... Awesome. 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 Can't you tell how much fun I'm having? It's great that the Rake can just break into your house no matter what. Really good feature that isn't completely obnoxious. I had to take a break and come back after this, and lo and behold, it got worse. Can you... I don't care even about you, bro. Oh, awesome. Oh, awesome. I don't want to keep dying. I don't want to keep dying. The one time the cartoon dweller actually appears and attacks me is just to spawn camp me along with the Rake. And he's not even making any spooky sounds. All that spam in my ears just for him to be dead silent when he finally slaps me around with his big hands. Obviously after this I gave up actually living in my house and chose to continue with what worked while I added the finishing touches to my beautiful abode. This bit wasn't worth the effort. With my freaking sweet house completed, I still hadn't seen all the mods I added, so that meant I had to go for my bonus objective of getting a diamond helmet, which actually works out pretty well, because, let's just say, the final mod might only spawn inside caves. It's the Cave Dweller mod, the Reimagined one. Sorry, but I mean, you surely already knew I was gonna talk about it. Because I had seen every other mod I added, I decided to turn them all off, except for the Cave Dweller. Honestly, the reasoning for this was more for my own sanity. I couldn't take getting ear spammed by the cartoon dweller or randomly insta-killed by any of the other threats. Call me a coward, but I had my fill of these guys, thank you. Oh, hallelujah. Oh my god. Count 'em. 2 diamonds. Now I just gotta find 3 more. Oh my god. It's a Christmas miracle. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. I just want a helmet. That's all I want. I'm just on my helmet grind. Oh. Any more? I just need 1 more. You'd make me so happy if you gave me 1 more. There's diamonds, and there's him. What does a man do about this predicament here? I want the diamond. Where? He's gone. This is my chance. Skeletons, be gone. Well, it's all I needed. No. Okay, we did it. Oh my god. Honestly, getting the helmet was easier than I thought it was going to be. Because I didn't really experience the cave dweller properly, I tried to run around until he would eventually spawn again, which, well, didn't go very well. No! And honestly, I was gonna leave it here as I was so sick of playing with these horror mods, but I felt like I owed the cave dweller at least some kind of encounter. So I loaded back in, not with any goal in mind, just to mine around until I eventually ran into him again. Dude, I'm getting stacked. So far, I've been mining for a good amount and have not run into the cave dweller, which is actually kind of good. Oh, there he is making noise again. I know, he's got to be somewhere, right? I mean, I guess not. Hmm? Oh, was that him? Oh, there he is. Is he running? Can you, like, come kill me? What is he doing? Is he, like, intentionally running away from me? I think he does that. I want to fight him, you know? Like, I want to see him, like, go, Ree! Dang it. And yeah, that was it. I played for a while afterwards and he just wouldn't show up. Which honestly is a good thing if you think about it. The only mod on my list to have some kind of patience with its encounters. Because I didn't run into him, let's talk about what he's meant to do. I'm sure you already know the story about the original cave dweller by Gargan, and honestly I think the concept and execution was well done, especially compared to the many inspirations that followed. The only downside of the mod was the very goofy looking model that sadly the rest of the dwellers took inspiration from. The Cave Dweller Reimagined is essentially the same thing, just with a scarier model and more sound effects, I think. I actually realized when looking further into the mod, the one I have installed is stolen from another mod called Cave Dweller Evolved that was inspired by the original Cave Dweller mod, just with additional cave noises added. Which is crazy because Cave Dweller Reimagined is the most popular of them all with nearly 5 million downloads on CurseForge. You've got 3 layers here and the most recent, least original one is the one that got the most attention. Anyway, the Cave Dweller is meant to play spooky sounds mimicking the default cave noises you hear in game, plus adding some scarier ones. He'll stalk the player, watching them from a distance and either choosing to get aggressive or simply run away like you saw with me. Again, the same thing as a lot of the other mods, but this, or at least what this is inspired by, was the original, so I can't fault it for that. If anything, the implementation works a lot better here, mainly because you can avoid the encounter by not spending as much time in mines. He's also not nearly as obnoxious as the other mods. Sure, he'll scream, but it's not an ear-piercing one. No obnoxious jump scare face. The damage he deals is manageable, meaning you can escape the encounter if you play smart or just outright kill it. And a huge plus, it'll run away once it's killed you, meaning your items won't get camped by it when you go to retrieve them. All of these actually make the mod an enjoyable, challenging experience. The only issue I have is how silly the character model is. I'm sorry, but there's just no way to make tall, lanky mobs scary in Minecraft. You just can't. The animations don't help either. Look at the way he walks around, it looks so silly. If the mob looked different, maybe lean into the cave aesthetic in some way, it could be more enjoyable. Out of all the mods I've looked at, this one is definitely my favorite. I think horror mods could work in Minecraft. I just wish this trend of jump scare filled, headphone breaking, dweller type mods would end already. They're honestly just not enjoyable. They all are the same, just have different sounds and models. Again, I'd love to see a mod that leans into the concept of someone else being in your world that shouldn't be, like finding stray structures or player-like builds, very subtle additions that could be unnerving. If you want to see a great example of what I'm talking about, check out The Last Beta Player by Mongster. It perfectly encapsulates the vibe I'm thinking of and is a really well put together video. I can't recommend it enough. And by the way, I don't mind if you enjoy these mods or if you even find them fun. They can be. I myself was able to get enjoyment out of them, and I'm sure mixed in with the right mod pack, maybe with some friends, you could get a genuinely good scare out of these guys. I just really wish there was more to them. They could be so much better. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you want, please consider becoming a channel member or Patreon for $1 a month. You get a whole nother video to go along with every upload. Special thanks to my Arc Bonemen Patreons and King of Bones channel members. And again, thank you to Blokees. Now I'll see you all on the next upload. I hope you have a great day.